what I want to talk about tonight is what to do once you've chosen an MLM and got started. And for some of you, for many of you who have some experience, some of this will be old material, but it's also good training material that you can use for new team members, some ideas for how to get people started. As we all know, there's a lot of spam fest going on out there, and a lot of people are doing it all wrong, and they're being trained to do it wrong. And I'd like to be one of the forces in the MLM business to try to change that. But before we go into that, I want to just back up to a little mindset stuff, remind you that have you created your vision and you know what your life is like in 3 to 5 years, and you know where you're going. I think that's very important to do. And you've made your whys and identified your whys that make you cry. And we talked about those in the first couple weeks. So I'm going to go pretty quick through this beginning material. And I want to ask you once again to set your intention. So what I intend to do tonight is teach you how to be successful in network marketing, getting started. I want to help you to avoid burning out your warm market and keep your friends and family, and want you to understand what you have to do to make money in this business, a little or a lot, and that depends on you. So we're going to look at sort of the startup of network marketing. And network marketing is still a people-to-people business, and you wouldn't believe that by watching what's going on the internet these days, but because people are just out there having spam fests. And I'm going to guess that there's a lot of people out there spamming a lot of links, and they're not having a whole lot of success, and they're going to become some of the statistics and be some of the people that sit there by the wayside and say, well, you know, I tried that network marketing stuff, it doesn't work. I gave it my best shot. I spammed 1 million people and nobody signed up. You can have everything in life you want if you'll just help enough people get what they want, says Zig Ziglar. And that's what we need to do, is we need to remember that we're in the business of helping people, not spamming links. And Winston Churchill said, we make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give. So helping people is the name of the game. It's still a people-to-people business, whether it's people in coffee shops or people on the internet. So there are 4 huge no-nos. The first one is over-enthusiastically approaching your warm market prematurely. Now, that's a mouthful, but a lot of people are told when they get into the business, they're told by their upline, oh, this product just sells itself. Just go out and show it to all your friends and family. Just grab everybody you know. Just show it to them, and they're all going to want to sign up, and pretty soon you're all going to be making money. And those of us who are on here who have been in the business for any length of time know that that's a recipe for burning out your warm market. You can reach a point very quickly where you don't have any friends and family. They won't answer the phone. Your twin sister will not invite you to Thanksgiving dinner. And that, by the way, is a true story. It's not my twin sister, but it's somebody else I know. And your mother doesn't want to talk to you anymore. The other problem in the beginning is talking too much. And we're going to look at each one of these in detail as we look at some scripts for how to talk to people. Talking too much. We all want to jump in with our egos, and we want to be the authority. So when somebody asks us a question, we want to be the person with the answer. And that is a mistake. The company has spent a lot of money preparing good, hopefully preparing good, professionally done marketing collateral, videos, CDs, DVDs, whatever. So let the company do the talking for you. The third major mistake that people make is having an overly sensitive ego. You need to go into this business understanding that there will be many, many, many no's between the yeses. Between 80 and 90% of the people you approach with your business are going to tell you no. They're not going to sign up. And you got to be prepared for that and be willing to accept the no's, because they are the things that form the pathway to the yeses. And finally, have an unrealistic expectation of quick financial gains. And once again, driven by people that are new to the business and are just trying to sign you up, and they're using spam fests and et cetera, and tell you, oh, this product sells itself. Just go show everybody you know. Everyone's going to make money. We're going to be rich, you know. And you see that every day on the internet. You see all these outlandish claims about how people are going to get rich quick. It's a startup. Get in on the ground floor. Yeah, right. How many bankruptcies did we see last week alone? I think there were 2. So let's talk about your warm market first. One of the biggest mistakes people make is over-enthusiastically approaching their warm market. You don't want to do that. You don't want to descend on your close friends and family and expect them to join your business. Most of them won't be interested at best. At worst, they're going to tell you that what you're doing is crazy. They can't believe you got yourself involved in something like this. It's illegal. It's a pyramid scheme, and it doesn't work. They know because Uncle Harry tried it 5 years ago, and it just didn't work at all, and he lost all his money. Don't get caught up in that negativity. I'm going to show you in a few slides how to approach your close friends and family. So be patient. So what I want you to do in the beginning is nothing. Don't do what the pundits tell you to do and descend on your friends and family with over-enthusiastic, premature, overzealous, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't say it in public. Okay. Talking too much. Let the company do the talking. Once again, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. It's often been said, and this is one of Eric Worre's most famous phrases, if your lips are moving, your fingers should be pointing to a company-supplied piece of marketing, collateral, a video, a CD, a DVD, etc. Be the messenger, not the message. So somebody says, well, how does this work? You say, watch this video, push play, and shut up. And that way, people can't attack you personally either. You're just presenting the company's viewpoint. Gets you out of the direct line of fire. Once again, having an overly sensitive ego, be prepared for many no's. Lots of people will not want to join your opportunity. The average 10 to 20% will see the opportunity and get involved at some level, and expect that most people you show it to are not going to be interested. It's a numbers game. If Uncle Harry says no, go ahead and move on to Aunt Sally. And finally, once again, having an unrealistic expectation of quick financial gains. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Eric Worre says, 1 year to learn the business, 3 years to make reasonable income, 5 years to make decent money, and 7 years to be world-class. Do some people do it faster? Yeah, but very few. Expect 2 to 3 years at least before you're making reasonable money in this business. And it is a work from home scheme. We got to put the word work back into work from home. So I see all these ads on the internet saying, hey, I want a work from home business, but I don't want to spend any money. I don't want to talk to friends. I don't want to go to coffee shops. I don't want to do home meetings, and I don't want to do presentations. What do you have for me? How about a lotto ticket? Expect to spend the first year learning the business, but if you stick with it, you can build a retirement income in 3 to 5 years instead of 40. And if you treat it like a hobby, it will treat you like a hobby. So, a few other common mistakes. Do not over-enthusiastically mislead a potential new distributor by telling them some of the things that we've already talked about. Don't tell them they're going to get rich quick. Don't tell them that all their friends and family are going to want to sign up with them. Don't tell them the product sells itself. None of that stuff is true. And it's been said by many people not to promote more than one MLM at a time. Now, I know some people do it, and I'll admit that I'm actually in 2 MLMs right now, but I've let one of them go stagnant. I'm really only working one. If you're not having success, you're not going to have success by jumping companies either. It's generally not the company that's causing you the problem, although it may be sometimes. Usually it isn't. Don't buy leads. Buying leads is just wasting money. Unless you are extremely experienced, leads are cold traffic, and converting cold traffic is very, very difficult. And one of the other sort of interesting points is, we all tend to get into this business in the beginning and we think of, oh, Uncle Harry, he needs money, man. He's going to want to get involved in this and he's going to join. Well, if he needs money, he probably isn't the right person that you want to get into the business. He's not going to work the business. He doesn't have any experience building a business. So he probably doesn't belong in your business. And finally, don't focus on recruiting. That's my personal opinion. I know some people disagree with this, but the question of whether we're leading with a product or leading with the business opportunity, if you focus on recruiting, you're less likely to, in my opinion, get early return on your investment. Focus on having a good product that you're showing to people and let them decide whether they want to get involved in the business. So this is my recommendation for someone who's just getting started. Day one, don't go talk to anybody. If your upline tells you to go jump in and go run and talk to all your friends and relatives and family, don't do it. You're not ready yet. You're not ready to present anything yet. Spend your first few days, couple of days, acquainting yourself with all the company literature. Get copies of the literature. Does your company have CDs, DVDs, brochures, and videos? Get the relevant videos, download them to your computer or your smartphone or whatever you're going to use so that you're not dependent on an internet connection when you're in front of a prospect. And do begin to make your list of your important contacts. And also your upline manager and his managers and their phone numbers and et cetera, so that you can have emails and phone numbers readily available to you. So if you do meet somebody in a coffee shop and you need to get more information quickly, you've got your phone number for your upline right there with you. And begin to make what we're going to call your hot market list. Now, at the end of the first couple of days, you should have a list of 10 to 15 of the closest people in your life. And what do I mean by your hot market list? It's the criteria for being on this list is these are the people that you know well enough and that they know you well enough that you would call them in the middle of the night if you were stranded somewhere. And they might not like getting out of bed, but they would come. These are the people that you are really, really close to. And I told you don't go jump on your warm market or your hot market right away. What are we going to do with these people? I'm going to suggest picking your top 2 people. And by the way, some of the strategies I'm teaching you right now come directly from some of the people that are extremely more experienced in the business. Like, I'm sorry, I'm pulling a blank. I'll come back to that name in just a moment. But on webinars and things. But Lisa Grossman, for example, and I believe one of the people that talks a lot about the hot market strategy, I'm not sure Diane did, but Vanessa Duplessis. But here's what you're going to do, because you're still getting some experience in how to approach people. So pick your top 2 and call them. And this is what you're going to say to them. You're going to say, hey, John or Mom, I'm thinking of getting involved in a new business and I would like your opinion. I have always trusted your judgment. Can I come by and have you look at some stuff and get your opinion? And when they ask you what it is, tell them they need to see it. You'd like to just come over and visit. So what we're doing here is we're setting up a couple people to actually look at your opportunity without asking them to get involved in a very non-threatening way. We're going to ask them to help you evaluate whether this makes sense. So notice you complimented them. I trust your judgment. You did not ask them to get involved. You simply asked for their opinion, and everybody is happy to give their opinion. So now you're in front of your close friend or your mother or Uncle Harry. And again, when you get in front of him, you tell him how much you appreciate him taking a look with you. You tell him you don't think he's going to be interested in this, but you value his opinion. So you're actually given a strong psychological takeaway. And many people will react to that statement alone with, well, you never know, I might be interested, let's see what it is. And then you shut up and push play and shut up and let the company do the talking. So what you've done here is you've gotten in front of people that really trust you and you trust them in a very non-threatening way. You're exposing your opportunity, so you're getting a little experience doing this, and you're getting in front of people that aren't going to, in a way that you're not going to get shot at and told, well, this is really, you're really stupid to get involved with one of these. Now, you may say that, but you haven't told them you're involved yet. You're told them you're still evaluating it. So, after Uncle Harry looks at it, the question you want to ask, the best question is, what did you like best about it? And notice you don't ask, what do you think? That stimulates the wrong hemisphere of the brain and evokes the criticism mode. So what we're going to try to do now is continue to work on people that we know well enough to approach with these kinds of approaches. Try to make a couple appointments a day if you're in a position to do that. Get in front of as many people as possible. If you've got to do it over the phone, that's fine. The best possible sequence, the best possible, is get them on the phone, get them to commit to watching the video right now if they can. If not now, pick a suitable time, call them back when they can be in front of their computer, send them the link and make sure it loads and is running. And I've had personal experience of sending my link to somebody where they said they weren't going to watch it right away, and then they forget about it, they don't watch it, or they load it and it doesn't work and they throw it away or something goes wrong. So if you can, it's best to be on the phone with them when they're loading it, and then either stay on the line or call them back. Say, well, this video takes 15 minutes. You're watching it. I'll call you back in 15 minutes. That way, they know you're serious. You're going to be calling back. And with a little luck, they might even actually answer the phone. And continue to build your list. As you're working through your, quote, hot market, try to build your list of 100, 200 names. Don't be selective right now. If you think of someone, write them down. Don't just poo-poo them because, well, you think, well, he won't be interested. Just put the name on your list. You can always be selective later. And many people that are very experienced suggest that you rehearse in front of a mirror. How are you going to approach people? Now, many companies have a quick start bonus. So if you get one or two, or in one company, one of the companies I'm in, it's 2 people. In another company, it's 4 people in your first month. Usually it's in the first month. Sometimes it's in the first week. This is where you look at your really close hot market list and pick 1 or 2 people that are likely to do you a favor if you have those people available to you. And then call them up and ask for a favor. Ask them, hey, I'll give you the script on the next page. In many cases, they only have to commit to 1 month and the cost is minimal. So, hey, John, I need a favor. I'm getting involved in this new business. I can win a prize. Can you help me win my prize? And here's what I want you to do. I want you to be a customer for a week or for a month. And if you don't like the product after that, you have no interest, you can drop, no harm, no foul, and I'm still going to be your friend. But you can really help me with the quick start. Now, the one company I'm in, this is a total expenditure of $15. So it's not like they have to put a lot of money into it to do you a personal favor. And maybe it's your mom or your dad or an uncle or a relative or somebody. So if you have those kinds of people available, that's how you might approach the quick start problem or the quick start challenge with some of these companies. Now, let's go to the warm market list. One of the things that I've managed to do in my life is totally destroy my warm market, and a lot of people have. So first off, I'm going to claim there are degrees of warm. So I'm going to call my best friend Bill, whom I haven't talked to in 2 years. And I'm going to get on the phone and tell him how I've got this amazing new business that he's got to get involved in, and we're all going to make a lot of money. And he's sitting on the end of the phone going, dude, you haven't even talked to me in 2 years. Now you want me to get involved in something that's potentially illegal? It's a pyramid? Sorry, buddy. I'm going to dinner. Talk to you later. You just lost Bill forever. He's not your friend anymore. He's never going to answer the phone again. So what do we do? With friends we haven't talked to in a while, we don't call them up and tell them about our new opportunity. We call them up and ask them how they're doing. We tell them we've been thinking about them. We tell them that we're wondering how life is treating them. If it seems right, we might say something like, hey, I'm involved in a new business. If it doesn't seem right, we don't do it. We might not even mention our new business on the first call. We might say something like, you know, I feel bad. It's been a couple of years. We haven't been in touch. I wanted to touch base with you. We don't make it seem like the only reason we're calling our best friend that we went to school with for years and haven't talked to in 2 years is because we want to sell them our business. That doesn't come across real well. So maybe in the first conversation, you're not even going to mention it. Maybe you're going to call them up a couple times before you pop the, hey, I am involved in something new I'd like to share with you. Do you mind if I give you a call sometime and share it with you? And they might say, well, go ahead right now. And they might say some other time, and you might pick a time to do it. But it's a gentle approach. It's not calling them up and spamming them immediately with, hey, I've got the next best thing since rolled toilet paper, and you got to get involved with me, and we're going to be millionaires overnight. They know better. Unless you're already a millionaire, they know you don't know how to be a millionaire overnight, and you haven't talked to them in 2 years. So a gentle approach. What you're doing is essentially warming up your cool, warm market again. And again, another approach is to ask for advice. Go to people with the idea that you're going to draw them to you. You're not going to ask them, or you're going to ask them for their help. And you're going to say something like, hey, I'm looking at something I don't quite understand. Would you look at it with me? Give me your opinion. What do you think? So once again, we're cleverly getting our opportunity in front of people in our early days, but we're not shoving it down their throat. We're just asking to take a look and give us some advice. And you know what? We might be lucky and have one or two of them say, hey, you know, it looks pretty interesting. I'd like to learn more about it. You never know. Now, there's an incredibly good book out there called Go for No. Yes is the destination. No is how you got there. The authors, Richard Fenton and Andrea Walsh. And it's especially true in network marketing. Yes is the destination. You want yeses, but the way you're going to get there is you're going to go through a lot of no's. You're going to kiss a lot of frogs to find the prince. And as silly as it seems, while you're telling people about how great your mousetrap is, many will not see it. They're not going to want to get in business with you. They're not going to want to get involved again. Eight or 9 out of 10 people are going to say no to your opportunity. And I know you can't believe that and can't imagine it because I know you've got the best mousetrap that's ever been invented, but they just don't see it. And no may not necessarily mean no. It may mean not now. I'm too busy. I can't think about it. It may mean I don't know how to tell my wife I want to do this or my husband. Many people take 5 to 7 exposures before they will get involved in something. So if they say no, just let it go. Stay in touch. Let them watch what you're doing. And sooner or later, some of those no's may warm up and become yeses. And someone famous once said, if you want to increase your success rate, double your failure rate. And there's no place that this is more true than in network marketing. Now, another way to approach prospecting is what we call FORM. It stands for friends, occupation, recreation, and you can either think of the M as money or message. So think of FORM prospecting as a way to warm up your cool, warm market. Talk to your friend you haven't talked to in a couple of years. Hey, good buddy, how's your family doing? What are you doing for a living these days? Where do you go on vacation? And open a conversation. And this even works in the Starbucks line if you want to do it. And I have used it. I'm not a stand-in Starbucks line person. You all know that, but some people are, and especially where I'm down here in Mexico, there aren't very many Starbucks around. So, hey, I thought I saw you the other day. You must work nearby. What do? Do you live near here? You got kids? Just start a conversation with people, and don't start the conversation with the idea that you're going to get them. you might meet them tomorrow in Starbucks and have another conversation before you pop the, hey, I have something that you might be interested in. Can I share it with you? What's a good time? So I'm advocating a gentle approach. And by advocating a gentle approach, and some of the approaches that I'm showing you here, you don't chase them away. And if you can teach these approaches to your new downline, they won't chase their warm market away either, or their friends or family, and it becomes duplicable. And you need to learn to manage your group, you need to learn to lead your group, not manage it. And when you have 2 or 3 people in your downline, you can answer all their questions for them, but when you have 200 or 300, it doesn't work. So getting your downline to do the same things you're doing, when you bring somebody new into the business and they ask you a question, don't answer the question. Point to a company supplied piece of literature that tells them the answer. Teach them how to find the answer to the question themselves. That way, your efforts can be duplicated without you being omnipotent and forever and ever present. And I'm going to go another step. Attend events. I know lots of unsuccessful people who do not attend events. I don't know any successful person who does not attend events. Every successful person I know attends every event they can get to. And there's lots of reasons for that. And I hear people complain, oh, this company I just joined, man, they're just trying to get my money. They want me to come to all these webinars and all these meetings, and I got a meeting every quarter. They want to charge me. If you look at these big company events, what most companies charge for them, like the company we're in, charging $200 for the event coming up this summer, they aren't making money on that. I expect they're covering their costs, but they're not getting rich on it. And successful people find a way. Unsuccessful people find an excuse. So don't let yourself be caught in the trap of thinking the company's just trying to make money off you by charging $100 or $200 for these huge meetings. These things are expensive. A cup of coffee in those hotels is a lot of money. So summary. The keys to the kingdom are yours. You can have it. You can be anything you want. The choice is yours. And look, network marketing has been called by Robert Kiyosaki the business of the 21st century. If it's done right, it's legal, it's moral, it's ethical, it's profitable, and it can be fun. And it is simple. And everything I've showed you tonight is simple, but it's not necessarily easy. You've got to kiss a lot of frogs before you're going to find the princes. The amazing part about this business is you may have 200 or 300 people in your downline, but only 2 or 3 that are actually doing any work. And believe it or not, that's all it takes. The people that have built big downlines build them with a very small number of builders. You'd be amazed the number of builders. People that even have 50,000 people in their downline will tell you that most of them don't do anything. Only a handful actually do anything. But you got to go through a lot of people to find those builders. So once again, pick a good MLM company that's focused on something that you can really believe in. Look at the stability of the company. Make sure you love the product and the support. And the least important thing is the pay plan. And plan to still be there in 1 year, and you will have a very reasonable shot at being successful. Learn about the fundamental mistakes. Let me repeat them very, very quickly again. Over-enthusiastically approaching your warm market. Don't do it. Don't talk too much. You got to put armor on your ego. Be prepared for no's, lots of them. They're not personal, and don't have an unrealistic expectation of quick financial gains. Success takes time and work. And become a leader. Develop your vision. Know your whys. And find a mentor or a coach that you can work closely with to develop your success strategy. It's been often said that if you quit, you should never quit on a bad day and never give up on yourself. Always keep making the big plays. So the soul of network marketing, go for thank you. You can have everything you want. Did somebody just join the webinar? Is that Bob? Anyhow, once again, from Winston Churchill, we make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give. And that, my friends, is the soul of network marketing. Now, just to give you a glimpse of where I'm going, we started with mindset. We talked about how to find a good company for yourself. Tonight, we talked about how to approach people with the old belly-to-belly, the old-fashioned, approaching warm market, cold market, hot market, how to approach somebody in Starbucks. And next week, we're going to begin to talk about how to use social media to find people. And initially, we'll focus on free methods to attract customers. Then we're going to look at the critical list building activities that we all need to be doing, look at how to use autoresponders, and then we'll start into paid advertising, then on to video, then on to branding. Those are the next, that's not all next week. That's the direction I'm going in, of building a complete picture of how to build your business. I'm going to stop the screen share.